any kind of traumatic event in the body that we go through, we release the energy that's needed to mobilize for the fight or flight. And then if the fight or flight is not completed, the energy gets stuck in the tissues. So it doesn't go back to where it came from, where it doesn't just reabsorbs evenly into the body. It gets trapped in a certain area of the body. So when we're going through the work that we're doing, we kind of releasing the energy that's been trapped in a certain part of the body, and we can express it, we can release it through movement, through emotions, through connection, or another step, once you are very proficient in learning how to release this energy, so you release it, instead of expressing it, you release it into the body, and then reabsorb it evenly through all of the tissues. It's kind of, the energy is released from the particular place where it's been trapped, and then it spreads like a wave, and like sponge absorbing water, it's absorbed by all of the tissues, but evenly, all the way down to the bone marrow. So you can have access to it later. You're not just activating it and throwing it out, you are harvesting it, containing it. Yeah? So this is kind of a next step after you have worked with trauma. You release this initial armoring, and then you go deeper and deeper into the core tension. So what works is you are tensing for about 30 to 40 seconds, holding, and then releasing. So this tense release, it releases to the deeper and deeper layers of contraction. So it's very useful. Yeah, if you're starting to work with somebody and they're very new to the work, you first need to work with superficial layers of tension, like this armoring. People just have this very strong protective personality and physical tension to prevent them from being hurt. This has served its purpose. But once we start to work with that, we release that initial tension, we go deeper and deeper, and that becomes very useful.
Yeah, it's a form of a bioenergetic exercise called the tension release sequence, actually, now that I'm listening to your description of it.
Yeah, it's bioenergetic.
Yeah, so it's a bioenergetic technique where you take an area that's already armored, that already has a lot of chronic tension in it. And the normal inclination we think is, oh, let's massage it, let's stretch it out, let's try and get it to relax. But no, instead, let's actually go with what the body's trying to do. Let's support the body in trying to do that movement. So the area is tense, you tighten it, tighten it, tighten it, tighten it, really even a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. And then you can see some trembling starts to come up, the body's natural inclination then to start to release comes up. So then you allow that release. And then the body, because it was able to tighten first, which is completing the response that it wants to do, it wants to tighten, and then it's able actually to release more than it could have before. So it's working with we were talking earlier about resistance and resources, and it's a way of actually using what's already happening in the body, going with that impulse to tighten, defend more, tighten up, and then at some point there'll be this movement to want to go in the opposite direction. And then you support the going in the opposite direction, and it's able to relax a lot more than if you're going to say, okay, relax that area now. What do you mean relax that area now? The area doesn't relax. So it can help start doing that pendulation within that area of armoring.